And what is up, everybody? This is Terminator Juice, and we're back. The Juice is Loose, number 29, games of 2015. Took a week off. It felt like a month to me, but we're back and we're ready to do this. So, going to have my guests go ahead and introduce themselves and take it away.
What's going on, everybody out there in YouTube land? I'm your fat boy, your Hugger 29. Thank you for having me on the Juice is Loose. I'm glad to be here again, so thank you for having me.
Hello, everybody. This is Coupon Strategy, Gaming Diva, and thank you for having me again on your podcast. Let's get started.
Hey, how's it going? Gamer man, how's it going? Halo 5, bro. Alright, but yeah, glad to be here. And we only got 2 days until the end of 2014, which would be the end of the world or something like that, because other propaganda. But yeah, hey, how's it going?
Happy holidays, everybody. This is NW Order for Life. Always happy to be on the Juice is Loose podcast, and great to be back after a week absence.
All right. Glad to have everyone back again, and we got quite a bit to talk about, or maybe it won't be that much to talk about. We're going to go through a list of basically most of the major games coming out, slated to release in 2015. I got a website here on Game Informer where they have them all listed out in alphabetical order. So I'm going to kind of go through, I'm going to call them out, and if somebody has something they want to chime in on, then just speak. And if no one has anything to say, then I'll just move on to the next game. This will be both positive and negative things if you have anything to say. And yeah, we'll see what happens. And then if we got questions and stuff at the end, we'll get to those. So let's go ahead and start with this is probably the most exciting game on the list, in my opinion. Assassin's Creed Rogue for the PC.
No, thank you. Pass.
I don't have a PC.
Honestly, didn't know this was coming out on PC, and I don't think many people did.
Yeah, I didn't know about it.
Who cares?
It's like Assassin's Creed. Ubisoft just give up already. I mean, we don't care anymore. So it didn't do well on the 360 or PS3. I don't know what they think it's going to do on the PC.
They won't do it on the PC.
It's almost like they're rehashing the same IPs over and over again.
Well, yeah, this game came out a couple months ago, and now they're going to try to release it on PC. I don't know. It's just, and you'll know it.
Didn't like the PC crowd anyway.
I guarantee it'll hit PS4 and Xbox One. I guarantee it. So.
Yeah.
It will.
Next, I'm going to skip this little game I don't know anything about, Aztec.
I read a little description about it, and it seems like an interesting concept. That it's like a Bayonetta style game, but there's like a strategy involved where through the little battles that you fight, you actually gain land, and the goal is to conquer the world or something like that, like almost like a strategy RPG kind of thing.
That sounds like it has to be a PC only. The concept art or the cover art's like black and white 2D. Roman.
Title, so it might also be on consoles too as well, but more than likely probably going to.
But it's like very.
It's going to be on the PS4, the Vita, the Xbox One, the Wii U, and the PC.
Oh, okay.
Well then I'll definitely be getting it because the beat 'em up aspect, according to this little blurb underneath the goddamn title.
So that's a game I didn't know about that could be intriguing.
Looks interesting.
So next we got Batman Arkham Knight.
I'll pass.
I'm excited for this game. I'll go
if
first.
I had a PS4, I would be excited for it. But
I just haven't paid any of these games, so I guess I'll skip them.
Arkham Asylum I played, and I really liked it, and then I've skipped the last two because games like that I don't need to play every 2 years. And this one, if it lives up to what they showed at E3, I'm going to get it for the PC. They showed a high-end PC build. So who knows what the actual final product will look like, but it was like seamless transition from outdoor to indoor, like from skyscrapers down to Gotham streets. It was seamless, and if they pulled that off, it looked really cool. The only thing I don't like is the Batman suit's basically Iron Man. It's like a black Iron Man suit. He's all the suit's all mechanical, and
that's usually fixed though because you can usually get different costumes in the game. So.
Yeah, it bugs me as a Batman purist a little bit that they went that route. But I am pretty excited for the game if it turns out. Anybody else?
I have the first one, Arkham Asylum and Arkham City on the PS3, and I thought both of those games were different from each other. I mean, not only was Arkham City, bigger in scope and actually felt like you were, Batman going through a city, but the story was different and had a great twist, and I feel like both titles were set apart, and they did not feel like copies or rehashes of each other. And I, for one, if I had a PS4, I would be excited as hell to get this game. When I get a PS4 at some point this year, I will be picking up Arkham Knight because I'm a big fan of the Arkham series.
Yeah, and this is Rocksteady. They made the first two. It's the main team. Batman Arkham Origin was made by some B, C level developer, so this is the main crew.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited for it. And then next we got Battlefield Hardline. Anyone?
Battlefield Hardline?
Battleborn.
It looks like Battlefield
You
3
skipped
with...
the game, by the way.
No, you skipped the game, Battleborn.
I don't know, Battleborn. I wasn't going to raid every single one because there's like 50.
Oh, okay.
Ah, gotcha.
Oh, okay.
That's Gearbox's new title. I'm actually looking forward to playing
Are
it.
you? Okay, like I said, if you guys have something you're excited
Oh,
for,
you
then...
mean the DLC? You mean like that kind of thing?
It looks,
I'm sorry.
the art style looks really cool. I don't know if that's actual in-game or is that some kind of concept art, but Battleborn supposed to be out 2015, PS4, Xbox One, PC, Gearbox's
Yeah,
new
I'll
title.
definitely give it a try, man.
Is it a first-person perspective or third-person? Do you know?
Maybe it might be third person. I'm not entirely sure. But I remember them talking about it there no more than about like a couple months back, or no, about a half a year ago. When they first announced it. I think it was actually at E3. Come to think of it now.
So I mean that could be promising. The people that like Borderlands and stuff will probably be into that. But I've never played those games, so I didn't know anything about this one. So we can skip Battlefield Hardline because that's basically that's like Battlefield 3 with a SWAT team. Like it's, I don't know.
The only way I would get Battlefield Hardline is when it's in the bargain bin.
I don't even know. Maybe if it's on Steam or Origin for like $3 in a year, like Battlefield 3. Battlefield 3 was literally like $3, or it was free. I could have got it for free and I didn't.
Yeah, I got Battlefield 3 for free thanks to Origin.
Yeah. Looks like an indie game is the next one.
I want to check it out. I think I've seen it once before, and that's kind of sad about that. They were showing it at was it E3 or some conference they had, and they showed it, and it looks really good. It looks interesting. It has a very dark atmosphere to it.
About Below?
Yeah, it looks interesting. I definitely want to check it out.
Dark Souls and Legend of Zelda, count me in.
Yeah, it sounds like a great combination.
Yeah,
is that the one with the little tiny character though, like on?
It's like a little boy. Yeah, there's like a little boy. I think they're like in this environment where it's some kid who's trying to get out of like some kind of community or some kind of experimental place or some crap like that. I can't remember the actual.
It's listed as an Xbox One exclusive, so.
Yeah, so
Sweet.
I'm definitely gonna hit that up. I got one. Yay!
I'm guessing it's gonna be an indie digital title from what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
So none of us here have PS4s, but Bloodborne, for those that like the Dark Souls, I couldn't get into those games, so Bloodborne really. I got zero excitement for it, but I can understand why people who like that type
It's
of
a
game.
niche. It's a niche franchise title. Bloodborne for me is definitely going to be a pickup for me when I get my PS4 in the future.
Like I wanted to get it, but after seeing it a while, I just don't have the hype for it anymore. So maybe the hype will come back later down the road once I get a PS4 or something. But
once I saw a gameplay of it, I got almost any little interest I had went away. It just
right.
I don't know. I like the setting. I like the art design, but that's about it. The gameplay doesn't.
Yeah, From Software tends to make a lot of niche titles because a lot of people don't even realize that like their first games were back on the PS1, and they were kind of like a first-person Demon Souls, just shitty graphics. That was all. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it when I get my PS4 in the future. I'll give it a try. It'll make good for some good rage videos, but whatever.
I think Mega's he's just waiting for us to get to the H's so he can talk about Halo 5.
Oh, fudge.
So I'm gonna skip a couple small PC games. I'm gonna get to DayZ, PS4. How many zombie games do we need?
I'm over the zombie thing.
DayZ, nope, because I can play that on PC right now. The either the modded one for Arma 2 or the actual legitimate standalone one. Even though I can't play it on my PC
Oh
because it
yeah, it's
runs
a
like
PC
crap.
game coming
Yeah,
to
it's been out for a
PS4.
long time. Yeah, it's been out for a long, long time. Now that they're actually making the PS4 version, I'm not going to hold anything for it because I have a funny feeling that they're going to exploit the crap out of that game on the console side. So you're going to be probably coughing up a lot of dough for that game.
I'm guessing it was a mod turned standalone zombie experience. Okay.
Yep.
I mean, it just seems like the same people that are excited for Assassin's Creed also love zombie stuff. Like, it's just, I know friends that they love Assassin's Creed and they love zombie stuff. They're just not sick of it yet, and I just can't understand it. Dead Island 2 is the next frickin' game. Another zombie game.
Nope.
I totally missed the entire zombie craze. The only zombie thing I played was like Resident Evil 6, and that was like the first part of the game with zombies.
Zombie U was the only good zombie game I've played since like the Resident Evil 4, and that wasn't.
Yeah, because Zombie U actually depicts what an actual apocalypse would feel like, outside from its flaws, but you get the idea.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we've seen Dead Island 2 gameplay yet. Just a bunch of CG stuff.
I just saw a bunch of CG.
I think there was one trailer that came out at E3.
Yeah, but
not
at E3. I think at the Sony Experience or something. They showed.
No.
I'm not getting it because after playing the first one, I had a horrible experience at launch with the first one. So no.
No. And Dead Island Riptide fooled a lot of people. That should have been DLC, and it was like a $60 game that was broken.
Yeah, it was.
So I can't support it. Zombies, I don't care. And maybe if they showed some gameplay and there's something really amazing about it, but yeah. And then one of my favorite fighting franchises of the 360 era, Dead or Alive 5, last round.
Boob physics for the win, man.
Boob physics, I'm good.
I
got my own.
Oh, God damn it.
We don't. I don't. Anyway, I can't speak to anyone else. Yeah, I mean.
New characters.
You just really were breaking up there. I think you asked if there was new characters.
Yeah.
I don't know. It shows Ryu, and I can't tell the other person.
Ryu Hayabusa. I think it's a new character. I think they're bringing into the Dead or Alive franchise.
It's Ryu, not Ryu.
Oh, yeah, Ryu. Sorry, I like saying Ryu. That's how I've always pronounced it since I was a kid.
I did too.
He's not. He's been there.
I mean, this game could be promising, but I won't ever buy it. But I like Dead or Alive 3 and 4 were actually really good games. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more of a Tekken person, but I may check this game out when it drops down in price. I don't mind playing DOA games from time to time.
Yeah, and if I get a PS4, Xbox One, or something, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening though anytime soon. Then we have what looks like a Diablo 3 type game called Death Trap.
Never heard of it. My language, by the way.
Yeah,
that's fine. Nothing. Then one of my most anticipated games of 2015, The Devil's Third.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we're just, Nintendo fans that are excited about a game we didn't even know about years ago. But, once I found out it was the main guy behind the Ninja Gaiden reboot on the Xbox Uno, Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2 on the original Xbox, those games were amazing. I love that game, and it looks like the swordplay looks really amazing. And then they mix in some first person. That's the only part I'm worried about is mixing in some first person shooter stuff. I'd rather just have it be the third person sword action type stuff. But
I'm really looking forward to seeing how this game looks now, given the fact that it's supposed to be completely different now.
Yeah, they say it looks vastly improved.
Yeah.
And, as much as the bald, tattooed main character bad good guy has been overdone, it doesn't bother me because the gameplay is all I care about, and I really liked it. I have trouble pronouncing the dude's name, but it's like
Tomonobu
Itagaki.
He's a long time developer.
Yeah.
He's been around for a long time.
And with Nintendo's supervision, just like with Bayonetta, I expect improvements just tenfold. Like Bayonetta 2 over Bayonetta 1, just everything that was improved, the polish, everything they put wasn't, Nintendo had a hand in that, and I have a feeling with their guidance, Devil Third's going to be a really polished game with a lot of promising looking online modes that look really fun. And
yeah, that's the main thing
That's
that I'm looking forward
yeah.
to is the online. The online's a huge selling point for me. Because right now the Wii U needs a really, really good top of the line freaking online game right now, and this is
Yeah,
definitely gonna
you have a
strive
lot
on
of
that aspect.
customization online apparently.
Oh
So
yeah,
there's
I was
all
looking forward
kinds
to
of stuff
that.
you can do. So it should be fun, and hopefully the people will buy it. We'll have a good community.
Yeah.
Because we
I
don't
hope
have,
so too. Yeah.
we don't have Call
Can't
of
wait
Duty.
for the Nintendo Direct on it.
I wouldn't expect it any time till
No, I know
the
it.
end of the
They're
year.
still working on it. It's all good. Got other games to wait for and play with until then. So they can keep on working on it. Do what they got to do.
All right,
I'm
let's.
patient.
I'm gonna skip this PC game. Let's
Yeah.
go to Dying Light, another zombie game.
No, I'm good.
I'm sorry if whoever's watching this, if you like zombie games, I'm sorry, but
It's
seriously,
not. It's just there's oversaturation.
over it?
And then you got movies and TV shows. And it's like, okay, can we move on
Too
now?
much.
Like now.
And next is gonna be my prediction of the next game to pull a Watch Dogs. That's the Division. I
don't buy Ubisoft games no more.
No.
I don't.
I'm guessing the end result's gonna be a tenth of what they showed us a year and a half ago.
I'm probably gonna get it used, of course, because that game is actually intriguing. I would have to say.
If what they showed us
because
is
it's
what
not-
the game is.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but it's like I'm liking the idea of what they're doing. Because it's just like this big, huge open world that you can go online with and everything. Of course, that DRM garbage, but yeah, I mean, it's gonna. I'm just gonna try it out. Yeah, of course.
And it's like New York. It's like it covers all of New York.
These type of games
City.
shouldn't have a disc involved, though. They should just be something you can.
Well, all this is going to do is just going to install the entire game to your hard drive anyways.
I'm sure the whole game won't even be on there.
No, yeah, you probably have to download like at least half of it, because I had to do that with DC Universe Online last gen, so.
I think that's what I'll probably do with games like this. I won't even buy them in the store, just download
Yeah,
them.
just to buy them digitally. That's what I'm planning on doing when I get
So,
my next one.
if
Oh, go ahead, sir, I'm sorry.
Let's just
Looks
say
interesting.
let's say if the game turns out to be what they showed us, but they've lied to us before with Watch Dogs showing this completely organic world where all this crap could happen with hacking, and it turned out to be just a basic little button press and a low rent GTA style game. So if the Division turns out like what they show, and that wasn't some super high end target render visuals, and there's not a huge downgrade of the gameplay and the visuals, I would be excited for it. Even though it's Ubisoft, it looks interesting, but I just have a feeling we're gonna get disappointed yet again, and Ubisoft's gonna continue there.
Yeah, I just want to hold reservations for that and just see what happens. But I just sworn off Ubisoft as a whole, so partaking of it. Hopefully it does turn out good though.
When they first revealed this game, when was it?
It was a year and a half ago at E3.
A year and a half ago. So so that'll be what, 2013 Z3?
Mm-hmm.
When they first showed this game off, I was extremely excited for it, because I'm a huge fan of Tom Clancy games. Played them ever since Rainbow Six 3 days, for God's sakes. A huge fan of them. So this game definitely piqued my interest when they announced that it was going to be a massive MMO game. And I mean, as far as the downgrade goes, I expect it to be there. So I mean, that's the least of my concern. But as far as the game playing out as an MMO, and it stays true to traditional aspects that I come to expect in Tom Clancy games, yes, it's going to be a day one buy for me when I get my Xbox One.
All right. Yeah, I mean, Ubisoft did alright with Far Cry 4. A lot of people seem to be pleased with that. So it's
yeah,
there's a chance that they could pull it off, but I wouldn't bet on it. So anybody have any thoughts on Dragon Ball Z?
I might pick it up. I actually like the Dragon Ball Z games, so I might actually pick it up.
I'm not a fan of
I haven't been playing them lately, so that's the only reason why. I've been waiting kind of for this one.
I might check it out. Up on them because mostly
my favorite
it's
Dragon
them
Ball
repeating
Z
the story. That's how it is with Dragon Ball Z games. And
yeah,
it's the same story over and over and over and over and over again.
Now, what kind of game? Let's see.
It's true. My favorite one was on the Wii. I think it was Budokai Tenkaichi 2.
Yeah, that was the good one.
And that was great because you could actually make the Kamehameha with your hands. And then
Is this a fighting game, or what kind of game is
Yeah,
this?
it's a fighting game.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a fighting game, basically. Kind of like the Naruto games and whatnot. And you just got the characters from Dragon Ball Z, and it's the same
Dragon Ball
story.
Z
Like
characters.
they can't
Dragon
really
Ball
make
Z
anything new.
characters fly, so they fly and they shoot ki blasts out of their hands, so it's different from Naruto. But
Yeah, it's like, it's just the same cell shading type of deal, business, whatnot. But, I mean, it looks interesting. I mean, I haven't played one since the Tenkaichi days, so, yeah, I'm kind of interested in this. I might pick it up. I'll check it out. Probably get it used, though, because, it's not a day one buy for me, though. I could wait.
Yeah, that's why we got, a diverse group here, because, there's a lot of games that you guys have been interested in that I wouldn't have expected, so... the next one is my prediction for most overhyped game of 2015. It's won Game Award, like Best Game at E3, Best Game at Gamescom. I've seen nothing that tells me it's anything but a first-person shooter where you can take on a monster instead of other people. It looks cooperative in that regard. It might be fun with the right group, but it's Evolve coming out in February. It's getting a lot of hype, and
I've actually talked to a few people who actually got to play a beta of it, and they said while it was awesome to play and it was fun and everything, it's still missing something. So that I just thought I'd throw that out there. Something's missing. I don't know what it is. They couldn't quite put their finger on it.
Well,
so hopefully it's still in development, right? So
it's coming out in February, so it's pretty much probably
so it's
done.
pretty much finished. I don't know. So I don't know what that means. But they were excited about it. It was a fun game from their perspective. They enjoyed it, but something about it just kind of didn't really it wasn't a day one buy for them. They said they were going to wait.
It seems like it's just get together with a group in a first-person shooter and kill monsters. Just I haven't seen any type of story mode or anything, so I don't know what there is to the game. But it's the Left 4 Dead people, and if you really like Left 4 Dead, that game was fun at first, but it's just for me, it got boring and repetitive after a while. So I don't know if Evolve would be any better. And I guess the one player can play against the monster. Yeah, so I mean, it could be fun, but it seems like it's just going to be a multiplayer only experience, which relies on the people you play with.
Yeah, I mean, I like the whole idea of like 4-on-1 kind of deal with like one person taking control of like a giant monster and whatnot, and having all different power ups and all that cool jazz and evolving and everything else like that. But to me, like for a game like that, I mean, if there's like a trial for it or a beta for it, or not a beta, but like a demo or something like that for people to try it out, I'll definitely give it a try. But I could see it like this game here, I would not pay the full price for. Only because these kind of online games tend to die on me very, very quickly because I get bored of them really, really fast.
It's sort of Titanfall to me, like.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played Titanfall, and I'm planning on giving that a try when I get my Xbox One down the road. But I mean, I don't know, there's just something about this game here. Like, I mean, I could see it being more fun from a monster standpoint, but then when you go back to like, playing with like 3 other people or 4 other people, including yourself, I don't know. I just think that would just get really, really boring really quickly for me. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see how it plays.
And it's just first-person shooter. I'm so over that. So me personally, I can't get excited for anything first-person shooter these days. And the characters just look like your typical, like Team Fortress, like zany Borderlands characters. They're just very generic looking to me. So, but I could be wrong. That could be like an amazing game if I ever get to play it someday. But as of right now, I'm not excited. And next is a game series I've never played, Fable Legends.
X. I'm really looking forward to that one.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what this one's doing different. I know what the original was like.
This one's kind of mixing up the Fable traditional formula. I mean, even though I'm reading it right, basically what it says here, but I mean, Fable has always been like that story-centric single-player kind of experience with a tacked-on co-op aspect when the second game came out. And it kind of fell flat in its face with the third one. This one here, it looks like they're kind of like rebooting it in a way, making it more like 4-player online co-op kind of deal, and you also have like that mode similar to that of Zombie U's like zombie puppet mode kind of deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
for the multiplayer, and I think that's pretty cool. You know, being able to like have one person be like the game master, while the other 4 people online can go ahead and do what the hell they want to do, you know, and kill things. You can set up different traps and all that cool stuff. I like the concept of it. I've been in like more of like a semi fan of Fable games. I kind of enjoy them. With a lot of hit or miss or ups and downs. But
I
I'm
heard 3 was terrible though.
Yeah, three was yeah pretty rough around the edges, but I mean I still enjoyed it for what it was. This game here though, I am looking forward to it. This is definitely going to be a game I will be buying for sure. When I get my system down the road. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Fable Legends. Definitely, it looks really cool, really fun.
So I'm gonna jump a few here. I'm gonna see if Mega can tell me what Final Fantasy Type 0 is.
Fanboy in 3, 2.
Final Fantasy Type 0 is more like a kind of action based kind of RPG where you're going in and pressing, you know, kind of combo-ish buttons and stuff like that, kind of similar to Kingdom Hearts way. But, you know, it has some strategy to it. This was available on the PSP some time ago, and of course this is an HD port to PS4 and Xbox One. I'm definitely getting this, because it's you know, I like the original game on the system. It was really freaking fun as heck, and also it comes with a demo for 15, so gotta definitely get it.
You're buying it.
Yeah, I'm buying it.
Definitely buying it.
I haven't seen anything of this game. It's supposedly coming out in March. So it's a port of a PSP or PS Vita.
Yeah, it's PSP.
PSP.
Yeah.
I wonder how that's gonna turn out.
And they actually did a kind of up-res some things, but it's mostly just like a HD remake kind of thing. And this is really just for mainly my main reason to get it is of course play the game, but to get that demo for Fantasy. But
you're gonna pay $60 for a demo.
They got you.
It's just
hey, it's a perfect way to get people to buy it.
I know.
Hey, whatever works.
I mean, I can't think of a more milked out franchise than Final Fantasy. There's so many of them. But anyway, let's.
So the early Final Fantasy games were awesome because every story was, you know, really different. And
that's the thing that separates Final Fantasy from any other game from making sequels, is that this is different stories, so it really doesn't none of them combine at all. It's these are all different stories from different kind of universes, and that's why, you know, they can make as many as they want because they're all different.
Just like the movie had nothing to do with anything.
What movie?
The Spirits Within.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. Sorry, we're not talking about that.
It wasn't a bad story. It just had nothing to do with
that was a failed attempt.
Yeah,
that's what
Advent Children was actually pretty much that.
Advent Children was the best.
Advent Children was good, even though I'm not a big fan of 7, but I really actually enjoyed it for what it was.
Let's just say the Spirits Within bankrupt Square and almost Sony. That's how big of a flop it was.
Really?
That's why Sony ended up owning part of Square for a while, because of that movie. It cost them so much money.
Yeah.
And I went to go see it day one.
I liked it.
I liked it. It just didn't make any sense as far as them calling it Final Fantasy.
They should have called it something.
They should have gave it a different name and it'd been
just
fine.
call it a Spirit Within.
Period.
Yeah, Sony called it like that.
Yeah.
The next, there's an Xbox One tower defense game called Fortified. I got nothing.
Fortified. Oh, wasn't that the one that Epic Games was making?
I don't know. So
yeah, I can't remember.
Let's move on to the next one, because Mega, he was talking off air about how excited he is about.
I didn't think about this one.
Halo 5 Guardians. He's played the beta, so why don't you tell us a little bit about why it's good?
So basically, I mean, I can't say, of course, story-wise, because this doesn't have a story in it. Well, at least yet. But yeah, I really like, of course, from the multiplayer's part, it's really doing well. I'm really liking it. It's really fast. It's really, you know, you can do a lot. There's that jet feature now. But yeah, it's a really good game, I have to say. I'm really excited for it. I just started playing Halo, but I'm already falling in love with it because I'm playing through the campaign, and it's really good. It's really good, I have to say. So definitely can't wait to pick up Halo 5, especially for now. It's multiplayer and of course, well, the story. But yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Have you got to Halo 4 yet? Because the art style of Halo 4 really, I thought, took a turn for the better, because they got Retro Studios head art designer and he went to 343 for Halo 4 and now 5, and I think he brought a lot of the style I like. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing what
It was really good. I mean, that every time I look at that, it's like, why isn't this Metroid? Why is this not Metroid? But
yeah,
that's another video.
I think that's another reason why we haven't gotten another Metroid is because that guy he seemed to design the whole freaking game, like with his art design that carried pretty much the Metroid Prime series, and maybe they haven't quite replaced him yet or something. So that's a theory I've had for a while. Anyone else care about Halo? I mean, I'd be interested to see what it's going to look like, but I'll probably never get it.
I'm not a shooter type of person, but
yeah,
if I'm going to get into a serious shooter, that would probably be the one. So I'll wait, see what it's looking like, and maybe I'll jump on that.
And does anyone think it'd actually make it out in 2015? I think.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah, that's going to be Microsoft's big game for the end of 2015.
I'm definitely not, or what's the word I'm looking for? I'm pessimistic. If they release it, it's going to be unfinished. I think they got too much work left to do, unless they're just really keeping it like secret because they haven't shown anything about the story or anything.
Right.
So.
I'm hoping that if they do need more time, if they have to just push it back a little bit more, if they have to.
I'm sure they've been working on this for quite a while because I mean, like the team that made the Master Chief Collection, I think that was only like a little small team that 343 threw together and say, here, let's make this into whatever you want to call it. While the rest of the actual
yeah, that's actually what happened. Is that now that the Master Chief Collection is basically done, even though they're still making some fixes, but now that it's really done. And
they got the rest of their team working on the full project now.
Yeah, now they're really going to go on the project. So.
Yeah, I mean, this has probably been in the making now for a while because I mean, Halo 4 has been out for what 3 years now?
Yeah, and they did announce
2, I think.
Or 2 or whatever. Yeah, my bad. But either way, I mean, I think this game now has been in like development for well over a year now already. So if it does come out there in 2015, I think it will be a polished game. Because I'm sure they have like one side of the team working on the multiplayer, and one side of the team working on the main story aspect. So in like one, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, you could be right, but I mean, it definitely seems like a 2015, winner, big hit for Microsoft next year. So I mean,
I think they'll push it out whether it's done or not. I mean, I guess.
If it does, then that's that's publisher. That's what they do. So, but if it does get rushed out, expect a lot of day one patches.
All right.
I think that would be a travesty for them to release Halo 5 and have all these errors. Mm-hmm. That would really, really be a blow to Microsoft. They better release that right.
Yeah, because 343 right now is coming out with like apologies and giving what is there, the ODST campaign away for free now for Halo Master Chief Collection. So I mean, who knows? Yep. It's weird.
All right, so moving on, there's a couple, like 3 at least, first-person shooters in a row, or first-person games in a row. We got Hell Raid, which is like a medieval first-person perspective where you take on
people that are making Dying Light.
Like you take on instead of a zombie, you're taking on a skeleton. So don't care.
No, it's not a skeleton. It's a human guy. It's more of like a demonic first-person hack and slash game. Think of it like was there Might and Magic there?
I mean it's a skeleton come to life with the sword.
Skyrim. Think of it like Skyrim, but it's being done by the same people that made Dying Light. So I mean, I have to see how Dying Light looks, or when it launches. If it launches broken, then I'm gonna have zero faith in this game when it comes out. But if it launches fine and it plays fine, then yeah, I wouldn't mind playing this.
All right.
I mean, it's not zombie related.
And then we got Hollow Point, which I'm guessing is a first-person shooter, but they're not saying it. Homefront, a first-person shooter, where if you guys don't remember, about 3-4 years ago, there was a Homefront was trying to compete with Call of Duty.
Oh god, that flopped.
For about 2 weeks, people were playing it on YouTube.
That was one of the games that hurt THQ pretty bad too.
Yeah, so it's just that. That genre's full. I don't know why they are even trying unless they got some really cool idea.
People want FPSs, man.
I just kind of wanted to touch on Hollow Point real quick. I think it's that one game that reminded me so much of Contra. I'm not sure. I have to check that out. But
I'm going to click on it then.
It really... Because I think I've seen a preview of it once, and it reminded me a lot of like a Contra feel to it. There's a bunch of people together.
It says it's 4 players. I mean, if it is, that would be awesome. I've been waiting for
I think it was. I think it was that one. Yeah, I'll probably find a video on it. But it looked like the one that I was really interested in because it looked like a Contra, throwback to Contra. So that's an interesting game.
So we'll jump down here to Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, a game I wasn't that excited for until they just showed a bunch of new gameplay, and it looks very, very creative and a lot more in depth. There's a lot of depth to the mechanics.
Yeah.
So anybody want to go first before I?
Yeah. Go for it.
Kirby! That's all I gotta say. Of course I'm getting it. That's my boy. I'm done.
Okay, Mega.
The game looks really good. Of course, the claymation is just really, really freaking good. And you know, I like the gameplay. You know, of course, using the stylus. I also like the fact of the whole multiplayer aspect that you can have with I think it's 4 other people. So you have one guy on the gamepad and 4 other people, you know, helping out around, which is really cool, I have to say. So, and from the gameplay, you know, it really has evolved from the one on the DS. That was Canvas Curse, and it really has done a lot. So, this is definitely day one for me because you know this really has a lot of good feelings to it. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was worried because I'm like, I'm gonna be staring at my gamepad the whole time, and it's just drawing paths. But there's so many things you can do. Like when you're the submarine, you don't guide Kirby anymore. You guide his torpedoes, and then you can like tap on Kirby to make him like charge, or you can like slide across to make him roll faster. There's a lot of control depth to it that I was not expecting. So. And the claymation just looks amazing. The little CG cutscene at the beginning, that needs to be a movie. Like that looks so good. It's fantastic, and I'm just really excited about this game now. And I've heard it's only gonna be $40. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good price.
That's really neat.
I'm not excited for it though, and I think part of the reason is because I just have so many games that, like, you know, if I didn't have so many games, I might be more open to playing it. But I don't know, just the idea of just, you know, following Kirby on a line. I mean, yes, it's creative, yes, it looks good, but I just don't see a lot of fun in that for me. I'd rather play as Kirby than lead him on a line. So
Yeah,
that's just
I
my
get that.
preference.
That was my initial thoughts, but after seeing how much you can actually do, I'm a lot more excited.
That's what turned me off to the game at first. Just I wasn't excited. I was like, man, why is he on the freaking string? What's going on? But
And,
I watched more gameplay and got interested. So.
For those of you who know, Red Knight said he wasn't going to watch a single thing because Kirby and what was the first one, Canvas Curse? Said it was one of his favorite games, best handheld game he's ever played. So he didn't want to be spoiled with anything, but I was like, I had to see more because I wasn't sold. So I watched more, and I'm on board now. And the next game, I know, Mike, you're going to definitely get this game, The Legend of Zelda for Wii U. Slated 2015.
No, I mean, I think that's a tell for everybody.
My most anticipated game by a long shot.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yep.
So,
Don't need to say more than that.
I mean, if Zelda Wii U was coming out, you know, on its own console, I would buy the console just for that game.
Me too.
So.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this open world that they're promising. I mean, I hope it really turns out how they expect it, and I hope it, you know, blows our minds because I really would love for it to be great.
Nintendo.
But you know me, if it doesn't turn out that way, I'm gonna be the first one making a PSA about it.
I mean, come on, Nintendo.
It's Nintendo. I have faith in them.
When they took Zelda into 3D, they did it and like set a new bar for any third-person like adventure game. Now they're taking it into open world setting. They're gonna show the industry. In my opinion, I believe they're going to show the industry how to do an open world game and make it fun and interesting the whole time without just a bunch of pointless side quests. You know, I have a feeling they're going to do it right. So,
every Zelda game has been, in my opinion, a masterpiece. Like,
in their own right.
Maybe not Zelda 2 as a masterpiece, or you know, maybe there's a few exceptions. But for the most part, every game has a different art style, has a different story, has different gameplay mechanics. And I always have the utmost faith in Nintendo when it comes to Legend of Zelda titles.
Yeah, and that's another game that we may not see in 2015, but they're going to do everything in their power to get it out for the holiday. But they're not going to release it unfinished. So
Yeah.
it's an ambitious project, but they've been working on it for over 3 years with the biggest team they've ever had working on a game. So I have good faith, but I want to kind of speed through a couple of these here because we got some good questions and stuff, and we're getting close. I mean, just Mario and Donkey Kong. Mario versus Donkey Kong could be a fun little game, but you know,
I'm interested.
Nothing major. I mean, that's going to be probably a download kind of title.
I played it on the
DS or
the DS or whatever it is. Yeah.
Looks
Yeah,
cute.
DS, I think it is.
Interesting.
And I bet it's probably going to be the exact type of game. You know, you basically just control. You have Mario collect like little toys of himself, and they help you get to the exit of the board and stuff. Get the key.
Yeah, it's a little
good.
puzzle type game and something different for. You use the touchscreen quite a bit, and the next game uses the touchscreen too is Mario Maker, which actually looks really cool now that you can play with all the styles.
Yeah.
It's not only. It's also been confirmed that we will be able to share levels with each other, and they're actually going to make it so that you know, the top picked user created levels will be like available right away to download and play. So it's going to be great. So you can share with your friends, and you can get, you know, the recommended level designs from the best designers out there.
Yeah, that's definitely cool. I don't know if they're going to have any pre-made levels from like, you know, the Mario team. Are they going to have any levels already there? It'll be interesting to see how it turns out. But I'm interested just to play other people's levels. I don't know about making a ton of my own.
Yeah.
But I definitely would like to play other people's levels. And except Mega's, he's gonna make his.
Yeah, he's gonna make his immensely hard. So we'll be skipping
I'll
his.
play his.
Oh, come on. You guys are such wusses. You can't even do a
Whatever.
hard freaking level. Come on.
No, if you're gonna make it impossibly hard on purpose, like with no means of us getting out, of course I'm not gonna play it.
Impossibly hard. I'm saying the idea. Remember my first idea, or I said 3
We're not
pathways.
even gonna get into that.
We don't want to. Let's move on.
Hey! But remember, there is a way you can win. You can't always.
I know. I remember.
Yeah, we heard it. So next up, I'm gonna jump ahead to probably one of the bigger like budget-wise games of the year will be Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. Now, while Metal Gear Solid 4 was decent, 5, I don't know. Some of the stuff I see looks totally boring and ridiculous, like some of the open world and like the way you like hide in a box still, and it just looks silly. But then some of the jungle stuff I saw looked really cool. The gameplay looked great, and I love the they're doing a lot of what's that? How you animate things, motion capture, and it's pretty impressive. I mean, on that front, it's impressive. I don't know. I probably won't get it unless it ever makes it to PC. I think it is because Ground Zeroes just came out. So
I'm not going to get it for PS3, but I'll definitely get that for PS4 once I get the PS4.
Yeah,
that game looks amazing.
I think it's gonna. I mean, as much as people have been harping on Konami and Kojima, like he makes a pretty solid, no pun intended, like a polished game. That's interesting. It's crazy, but it's at least interesting. And I'd be interested. And I'm kind of a fan of the quiet character, the one that can't talk.
Pretty.
I
like the model for her too. There's
a real person that looks just like her, and she's amazing. So, Mighty Number 9 is the next one on the list. That's coming to everything. It's one of the few, if not the only game that's coming to every system available, every current gen.
Yeah.
3DS, and it's amazing. You know, it's a Mega Man type game, and I think a lot of people are excited for it. I'm personally not like super hyped up for it. I've never really got into Mega Man, but I know a lot of people are excited.
Yeah. I'll check it out at some point.
I'm guessing Mega Gamers.
You don't need so much of that freaking thing.
Did you? You funded it?
Yes, I funded it.
Cool.
Because it's made by KG himself, man.
Do you get if you fund it up to a certain amount, you should get the game for free if you already paid. Like.
Yep.
So that's cool.
That's good.
I thought about funding it, but it hit the Wii U goal pretty easily, and I was like, okay, I don't need to.
I think it was. Did they play it on the Treehouse? I remember seeing some.
No, they showed some game. They've showed some like him playing it on various things on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, because I remember seeing gameplay footage of it. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, I like
It
the
looks
art
like it
style.
has a good story, which is always important in a game that has a good story. I mean, it's basic Mega Man type of platforming action, but, with story. And actually, it does seem to be more of a platformer than the classic Mega Man type of games. Because I see a lot of jumping around and things like that. So, I mean, yeah, it's different, but it's supposed to be a spiritual successor to Mega Man, not a new version of it. So, it's good. Probably check that out.
Let me just scroll down. I think we got a lot. I don't want to cover everyone anymore, so I'm gonna just pick out some of the bigger titles. As you guys talk, I'm gonna scroll down. So Mortal Kombat X. Anybody?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead, Bear.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm getting that. I mean, it's Mortal freaking Kombat, man.
I haven't really enjoyed one since like 4. But I haven't played it in a while, so maybe that could be the one that gets me back. The Order 1886.
Nope.
Or we should interactive movie, if I've ever seen one.
Should be in theaters, not even.
Quick time events. Probably going to be 50% of the gameplay from what I'm seeing. Don't care.
I'm interested in the one below
You
it.
still haven't showed me anything that is breaking that whole entire aspect of it just being another third-person shooter with like amazing-looking visuals. But
it looks like more generic like combat than Gears of War. Like Gears of War came out and that was like revolutionary for the time, but then the Order looks like the exact same style. And it's all quick time events. So you're shooting for like 2 minutes, and then all of a sudden it's a quick time event with a cutscene. So I mean, I don't know. I'm not.
I'm interested in the story and also in the atmosphere of London twisted with the King Arthur legend. And
I would say watch
1886.
Watch gameplay on YouTube. You'll probably get everything out of it as if you planned
That's
it
what
yourself.
I plan on doing.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna end up doing that.
Because the story could be great, but I'm not going to sit there and pay $60 for a movie. Persona 5 coupon, or is that the one you're talking about?
Yep, that's the one I want to check out. I'll get it for my PS3 since I have one. So.
I'm enjoying Persona Q, so.
That's what I got right now, yeah.
Why does it only come into Sony?
I don't know.
Because
Persona has always been on Sony.
Oh, has it?
Persona's always.
Yes.
Yeah, Persona's always been on. It's like the first time Persona's ever been on a Nintendo console, which was the 3DS. That's why it's kind of different.
That's why they gave it that kind of SD
look. This will be another reason why I get a PS4 would be for this game because I love the Persona games. They're awesome.
All right. And this was a game I was excited for, Project Cars.
No,
they still haven't. They delayed, which they needed to. They delayed the versions, but they still won't set a date for the Wii U version, which tells me it's going to be another Watch Dogs scenario where they don't put any effort into it.
Yep.
I have a feeling it's just going to be a very pretty-looking game with not a lot of depth to it, kind of like Drive Club.
It's made by Ubisoft, so that's all you got to know.
No, it's not. They're just comparing it to The Crew just because of the. That's why
okay.
It's delayed.
Yeah, because it's
Who picked it up? Tecmo Koei or something? Who's publishing it? I forget.
Tecmo Koei. No, not Tecmo Koei. Namco Bandai.
Namco, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
It's an indie game that was funded, and the Wii U version was supposed to be the lead platform, but they changed that. So.
Oh, dick move.
Next week. We got a Quantum Break, which could be good, but it could also be another interactive movie type of game.
I'm kind of interested in it. I'm actually fairly interested in it. I just got to see more of it because they only showed that little bit that I saw at I forget, but it looked interesting. But it still looks like one of those interactive movie type deals where you press the button and it does stuff. So I don't know. I mean, I really want to be excited for it, but a lot of these interactive movie type games are kind of.
I mean, I don't get an interactive movie vibe from when I saw it. I was there at Gamescom, I think it was. I see more of like it kind of being like a new generation of Max Payne, but instead of just like bullet time, it's just manipulating time now. Because I mean, it is made from Remedy, so I'm not surprised the way it plays and the way it looks. It looks okay, but that ain't no damn Max Payne.
And they're blending it with live action. Like episodes though, that's the part I'm worried about. Like the story. The story's gonna be told by using actors in a live action scenario, like
Oh my god.
filming it like a
What if,
TV show.
No, they canceled it. They canceled
Did
it.
they?
Did they?
They canceled the live action stuff.
Oh,
It's just going to be the game.
Good.
okay. I'll wait till it goes on discount then.
And sorry, Bear, but I'm skipping Resident Evil because
Oh, I don't care. I've already played it.
yeah. I'm gonna go to. Well, Rhyme is like a.
It's just a freaking Game Boy remake. That
Yeah.
Resident Evil.
The Resident Evil one is the GameCube remake, and they're not even bringing it to the
They're
Wii
done
U.
that. I don't need to play it again.
Where the Wii U is the closest architecture to the GameCube, yet they're not porting it to the Wii U, which would have been the easiest to port.
That's
So,
retarded.
anyway, we got like an indie game called Rhyme coming to PS4, where they basically ripped off Wind Waker's art style, even the
Pretty much.
seagulls. And
I mean, it looks nice.
some
It
kind
looks
of secluded like puzzle game, I think.
Yeah.
There's only the main character.
It looks
Yeah.
okay. I have a little bit of interest in it, man. I mean, I like the art style. I like the way, from what I saw from the actual footage at Gamescom. So, I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would check it out.
Yeah. I'm not gonna knock it just because of the
No, I mean,
like
I'm
I
just-
don't care. I mean, hey, if it
just
plays
funny.
fun, if it's a fun game, cool.
I will say it's just funny how all of a sudden this art style is like so amazing by a lot of people that were dogging
Yeah, that's
Wind
how
Waker.
people are.
Because
We
it's
get
on-
we get
because
it.
it's
It's
on a
on the
particular-
PlayStation.
Yeah, it's on the PlayStation, so now it's cool. But
Yeah,
next
it's
up, one of my favorite games of 2013 was Tomb Raider. We got Rise of the Tomb Raider. I'm worried though because if it comes out in 2015, that's only 2 years later. How much really could they make? I mean, the game engine and everything's in place, but I just have a feeling it's not going to be a vast improvement. I'm not looking. I want it to be good. It's an Xbox One 360 time exclusive for what, like 6 months or something. I would actually get an Xbox One if this game turns out great. I'll probably get an Xbox One next holiday to play this game. So
I have no
Looks
interest in it.
interesting.
I have no interest in it at all.
Tomb Raider
I've-
is so much better than Uncharted for me. Like for me personally.
Oh, it's not even the whole Uncharted thing at all, period. I've lost interest in Tomb Raider a long time ago, even though I know this one plays completely different and is vastly different for that matter, but I don't know. I don't care for Tomb Raider, the franchise anymore, period.
I can tell you it's some of the best gameplay in a third-person action adventure game I've ever played. So
I mean, I don't know. I
It's
might
awesome.
get around to picking it up because I'm sure like the original one now is like cheap as hell to buy now on the
mhm.
on the PS3.
I would recommend. I mean, honestly, I got it for free with my graphics card, and I love the game. It was number 5 of my top 5 2013 games. So that says a lot. And I didn't like Tomb Raider. I was kind of over
Yeah,
it. So.
I'll give it a try. Like when I get my PS3 there in January or February, I'll give it a whirl.
Next we
I have
got
to get the first one.
the next game I'm gonna say is Scalebound Platinum, and it's actually
Hell yes. That's
it's
all I'm gonna
like the director of Bayonetta 1, because he didn't direct Bayonetta 2 for a lot of people. I don't know if they knew that, because he's been working on Scalebound, and we'll have to see how. We've seen a CG trailer, so we haven't really seen much, but it's massive dragons, and it just looked. If they can pull off those visuals with the Platinum's excellent combat system or something, I could definitely be on board with that. But I need to see more. I'm not ready to jump on just because it's Platinum. I'm not, I got to see something more. So.
I haven't been disappointed with the Platinum game yet, so.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident, but I definitely want to see what kind of game it's going to be, gameplay-wise and stuff. Anybody care about Silent Hill franchise?
Nope.
Supposedly?
No.
Me neither. Let's go to Splatoon then.
Yep.
Yep.
Yay.
Definitely interested in that. It is a colorful shooter. It requires teamwork. It has a story for first, single player mode, and I mean it's looking good. And they got a lot of new levels and maps and things, and I just love it. It just screams fun. So I'm really interested in checking this out.
Yeah, and I was watching an interview with Miyamoto on, I think he did 2 separate interviews with YouTube personalities, and he said in both of them that Splatoon is, that they're really working on a single-player experience. So it's not just going to be like, all the games only about multiplayer and we just threw in a campaign. They're actually, really working on that campaign to make it a long, story and had some great platforming elements and everything. So it looks really, really good. I think that'd be the reason why I would probably buy it, is for the single player experience. Because
I
for
think
me,
it'd be.
multiplayer stuff like runs, like tends to lose its flavor after a while.
I don't know if
So
there's enough creativity though in if there's like the gameplay mechanics look really unique. I mean, I could see 200 hours just on multiplayer for me personally. A single player, I don't care what they do, it's not going to be more than 10 hours no matter what they do. So there's got to be more. And I just think it's good of them to embrace an online game, because that's why Mario Kart still is relevant, because of the
Yeah.
online. And I think Splatoon's going to take it to a whole nother level for me personally. And it has some of the best character design. It's just so like the characters are just so cool looking.
Yeah,
And,
well, I mean it's
They
original.
got
too.
a lot of personality.
oh yeah, original.
When was the last time you ever played a game with a squid?
And that looks cool. Like I posted a
Just stop.
screenshot.
Yeah.
Don't even go there.
Yeah.
With
That's
crap
why
that grows
I
up.
told him to
I'm
stop.
sorry, I have. It's just don't think this is the first one. I'm just saying.
It's not.
The,
We know. It's just.
Splatoon, could have some really great online features like downloadable maps and things like that, and they could extend it like they've been doing with Mario Kart 8. So yeah, I can definitely see what you mean by like it's definitely important to have the online, but some people just online isn't enough. Some people really need to have a core solid gameplay in a story. I guess I'm one of those people.
That's true, because
I love to
Titanfall.
have campaigns.
I would say Titanfall suffered from not having. It's hard because you want to practice and stuff, and it's hard without a campaign to get used to a game and its controls if you're just instantly thrown into online. So.
Right.
All right, we got like 3 kind of big games left, so we'll go with Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. They showed some game.
Multiplayer. Oh, it's gonna be for the multiplayer for me only.
Oh, and Splatoon.
No.
Uncharted.
Uncharted. Splatoon
really?
is the full package.
Uncharted looks good because I like the Tomb Raider gameplay, and this looks more it looks very similar to the Tomb Raider reboot. I made a video about how similar some of the scenes were, but it could end up, if they end up making a good game, it could be something I would consider. It would be the only game I'd consider getting a PS4 for. At this point, this is the first game I've seen that said, okay, maybe I'll get a PS4. So we'll see how it turns out, though. Anybody else excited or not excited?
I played the first 2, so I would totally get this one for PS4 if I got a PS4.
All right.
They're definitely good.
And I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like Naughty Dog hasn't made a bunch of good games. I mean, just the Uncharted.
Solid company, man.
Yeah, I mean, but they lost a lot of their talent. They lost the head writer of the Uncharted series, the person that wrote The Last of Us. They lost a lot of what do they call, like the game designers and the programmers and stuff. So we'll see if they can get it out in 2015, if it's going to be as good as Naughty Dog standards, if it's up to the par, with some of their other games. The Witcher 3 it's one of those games. I think me and Francis kind of pointed this out. You know how everybody was saying Bayonetta, all the Wii U fans are fake Bayonetta fans because we're excited for Bayonetta 2, never having played the original. There's a lot of people on the Witcher 3 bandwagon that I guarantee never played The Witcher 1 or 2.
Well, remember though, too, as well, Witcher 2 was on the Xbox 360 as well, not on the PS3.
Yeah,
It
but
sold fairly well for a console game, so.
I've never. I follow gaming pretty good, and I had 360 was my favorite console last generation, and I've never heard of The Witcher. So I see a lot of people getting excited for it. It looks cool, and I actually played The Witcher 2. I played it now. Like a month ago I got it, and it's a decent game. It's interesting. So I just think there's a lot of people just getting excited about the graphics, and they don't really know what kind of game it's going to be.
I played the first one on PC, just not too long ago, about I want to say back in March when I got off GOG. And it's a very, very good game. It's very, very deep. It's probably one of the deepest RPG games that I've played in a long time. Even though the second one is like plays different and looks better. But for what the first one did, it was actually quite remarkable for what it was.
Yeah, do you think it's going to be a little too much for what a lot of people are going to be expecting if they continue with all the RPG elements? Because I know even got people that I know that don't play RPGs think they're excited for this game because of the visuals. So
the visual thing is never really appealed to me as far as the Witcher game goes. It's the aspect of what they do as far as the RPG elements go, and that's one of the biggest things that's a selling point for me for this game. So yeah, I mean, me personally, I would rather play it on PC because I think that for the Witcher franchise, that's technically where it belongs, at least to me. But it's nice to see that they are going. For current gen, and also what they did last gen too as well with Witcher 2 on the actual 360. But yeah, that's my main appeal to why I want to play it, because I love the whole RPG elements behind it. I mean, the game feels it's like I said, the second one was well polished. It was very, very good as far as like everything intertwined. It had its moments where it was kind of rough as far as like difficulty wise, but outside from that, yeah, the Witcher series is a damn good solid RPG franchise. Very, very good as far as in that category goes.
All right, and it was delayed. Actually, it's supposed to be out in 2014. They delayed it to February.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
So hopefully they got it fully polished. Someday down the road, if I ever finish The Witcher 2, maybe I'd pick it up. And then we have Xenoblade Chronicles X. I don't think anyone here is excited for that.
What the frick is wrong with you?
Of course he is.
We've already talked a ton about this game. For me personally, I don't know if I'll get it, but it looks like for the RPG fans that like Xenoblade, it looks pretty impressive, and I think there's going to be a lot of content for everyone.
I'll probably wait until later to get it myself, but yeah, it's an interesting game.
I gotta play. I'll be playing Zelda in 2015.
Yeah.
So if I play Xenoblade, it'll be 2016.
Right.
Haters, man. Haters.
Hey, man, you gotta pick one first. So hey, Zelda.
When I get Zelda, I'm literally just going to spend hours upon hours in front of my TV and not stop.
But if Xenoblade comes out first,
I'm still gonna be playing Zelda when it comes out.
So if it comes out 3 months before, still makes no sense.
I don't think it'll come out 3 months.
Because I won't be getting Xenoblade right away.
Well, you know what else isn't on this list? Star Fox isn't on this list.
I know.
That's true.
Too.
That
And
is
so is
interesting.
Majora's Mask.
Xenoblade is going to be coming out probably, I want to say between March and May. One of those
Whoa,
3
no,
months.
no,
In Japan.
No, that's too
In Japan.
soon.
March.
Oh no,
March
this
is
we're on
March
this
is
game
Yoshi.
Quite a while, man. Quite a while.
March is actually a Yoshi, and I would say mostly this would be a June over the summer kind of a thing.
To think about this,
Yeah.
there's no way
So-
this is gonna be a global release. It's gonna come out in Japan, and then it's gonna have to be translated and all that and localized. So when
They're probably already doing that right now. Because
when
The
have they
thing
ever
is, you
done
do
that?
know that they have different teams.
Yeah,
that do
right.
the-
When have they?
the language.
When have they ever done that? When's Nintendo ever released a
well,
game?
This is Monolith. It's not Nintendo.
yeah.
So it's
Nintendo's
actually
publishing it though.
Yeah, but they're not directing.
So you think?
I don't know. This game will definitely be out before Zelda. Guarantee it.
Yeah.
It is stated for 2015, and there's no freaking way that this game will come out like 1 or 2 months before Zelda.
And there's
No
no
way.
way it'll come out within 2 months of right now. I don't think.
No, if anything, like I said, between March and May is what I'm guessing. If it comes out any sooner, I'll ship bricks. But if it comes out between those
because there was an interview, or I forget who, if it was Iwata or it was someone from Microsoft. They said they're hoping to get it out in 2015. So just take that with a grain
Not
of salt.
hoping. It's just they even said that they're basically almost done.
Yeah.
So like they said that like a month ago actually.
Because this was a couple months ago. They said they're hoping to get it out in 2015.
A couple of months ago. Well, this was a month ago where they stated, yeah, we're basically almost done with the game. We just need to finish it up. And that's why I'm going with like a June, somewhere around there, because
We'll find out soon enough.
Yeah. Because the thing is, trust me, localization for language, in this day of age, right, 2015 basically, because we're done with 14. I don't think it takes that long to freaking do that anymore. I mean, I can understand Capcom because they're slow, but This is like mono software, you know, you can actually get it. So.
And
Yeah.
just because I don't know, did Xenoblade come out at the same time in Japan and like Europe and America, or was there?
It's just there was a like kind of a thing where they didn't think it would sell here. But then of course that whole Operation Rainfall thing.
But didn't they release it in Europe like before anyone asked for it? Didn't it just come out in Europe like a normal schedule, or was that part of Rainfall too?
No, Europe got it way before we did. Like
Okay.
the game was never intended to be released in North America.
Yeah.
And,
so basically, the localization of language was done. So they could have just made a different port, and then there you go.
Yeah.
But you know,
And
they needed us.
They haven't said this isn't coming to the U.S., right? They haven't said, but they also haven't.
No, this
said
is coming.
Did they say for sure that it's a worldwide release?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
I'm just asking because I don't know.
No, it's just like I've seen many people ask me this, where it's like, "Oh, are you sure this game is coming?" I'm like, "Yes, it's coming here because why else would they show us the trailer? You know, why else would they show us all that stuff?" So,
good point.
You know, same thing with the whole Pokemon, Pokken Fighters thing. That thing is coming because why? Oh, it's being released in Japan. Haha, stupid Americans. It's like no, you know, it's coming here. So
Yeah,
you know,
it's
this time is
Nintendo always does arcades first with their fighting games before they ever release those games on consoles.
Yeah, that's a whole separate issue.
If Nintendo puts it on Nintendo Direct for Americans, and we see a 2-hour, American Treehouse dedicated to, or maybe it was an hour, dedicated to Xenoblade Chronicles, and it's definitely coming out.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, and for reference, by the way, their Terminator Juice, like with the Japanese release of Xenoblade Chronicles, it came out a year in advance before Europe got it. Europe got it in 2011. Japan got it in 2010.
Yeah,
it was probably a situation where they were like, should we port it to Europe or should we port it to America? And they were probably, all right, I bet Europe will receive it better. And then that's when the whole Operation Rainfall started.
I would be very shocked if it came out in the U.S. within a month of the Japanese. I think it's going to be a couple, and then also will depend if it's going to be ready in July. I doubt they'd release it in July just because that's a slow month for gaming. They might push it just to get a better season to release it if they don't have it out before E3. Something to think about. Let's talk about Star Fox real quick since it's not on the list. I know a lot of people are excited, but I'm one of those. I need to Star Fox hasn't been a surefire great game.
Yeah.
I need to see it before I'll believe it. That's where I'm at with it.
I just want to see gameplay of it. I need to see some gameplay. Yeah. But I'm excited. I just want to see what we're getting into. What are we going to have? So I'm hoping they do a Nintendo Direct for it. I'm pretty sure they are. So I'll just wait for that.
Do that.
I'll be satisfied.
We've already seen a screenshot of it already. What it's going to look like.
Well, I don't want to see a screenshot. I want to see gameplay. So
no, the whole cockpit view thing being on the gamepad and having the cinematic third person flying around on your TV screen is. I love that idea, but I'm hoping to God that we can switch back and forth, so that way I can have cockpit view on my TV and then the cinematic view on my gamepad.
Yeah.
Probably not, but either way, it's still really cool.
Here's my biggest concern though. At E3 last year, 6 months ago, they didn't even have a developer for it. All he had was the gameplay mechanics worked out. So basically, we're going to get the game it's going to have about a year with an actual development team creating levels and all the art and all that. So that's the only thing that's my biggest concern, is that it's not going to be a full-fledged game they've been working on for 3-4 years. It's going to be kind of a short development cycle. It might be a budget title. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, again, with Nintendo, I have faith in Nintendo. Star Fox is one of their big titles. It's a title that Miyamoto created. It's his property. And I think he's going to make the gameplay mechanics great, just like they were in Star Fox 64 and on the Super Nintendo. And it's going to be one of those main type of Star Fox games, not like the Dinosaur Planet.
Yeah, it's the first one he's worked on since Star Fox 64, so that is a good point to bring up.
Yeah, I'm sure that the graphics are going to look amazing because Nintendo's not stupid. They know that it's got to look 1080p. And, that the gameplay is going to be phenomenal because Miyamoto himself is working on the gameplay. He's going to fine-tune that thing until it feels like, something amazing. Sugoi. So
That's good points. I'm still, because I haven't played a good one since 64, I'm still going to be cautiously optimistic until I, see more.
Nothing wrong with that.
And I'm not going to cover remastered. I skipped a lot of remasters already, so we won't talk about Majora's Mask. Let's talk about the last one on the list, Yoshi's Woolly World. I love platformers.
Yeah, this will probably be my very first Yoshi game, so I'm fairly interested in it and kind of excited. I just, the gameplay looks good. The art style is awesome. Yeah, I'm on board.
And the Yoshi Island games were really fun, so I know the last one on the 3DS was pretty disappointing to a lot of people. They didn't really do it justice. But this one looks great. Just everything about it looks just fun and unique. And even though Kirby, they did it with what was that called? The
Epic Yarn.
Epic Yarn, yeah. But Kirby games have always been just really simplistic, I think. Yoshi's Island type games they've been a lot more appealing for me personally, so I'm really excited for this game. And I would expect to get it before June, I would think. I'm not sure, they don't have a month or anything, but I think Nintendo said they were going to have it out before the first half of the year. Anybody else excited besides me and Coupon for this, or?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely getting it day one. It's Yoshi, and it just looks beautiful, man. Like, just absolutely amazing looking.
I made a joke that this is Nintendo's take on realistic visuals because it looks like real yarn. Like,
I know, right?
It looks like. It just looks so
you could
real.
touch it and be like fluffy, and I don't know. I'm just looking at it like.
That's a very good point, honestly. Because Play-Doh, that's something that people play with in real life.
Mm-hmm.
And yarn is the same way too as well.
It looks like realistic yarn. It's there. That's the closest we'll ever get to them doing realistic visuals, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's. We kind of went through a long list there. We still got quite a few viewers, and we got some questions. So let's. I'm gonna get to those. I'll pick one and I'll pick a person to answer it. Unless if you really want to answer it, you can chime in too. So Grayson Young one, we didn't really like number our favorites or anything, but anybody have, other than a Nintendo game, something they're most excited for, we'll just say, that's a non-Nintendo game. Grayson Young's, his is Quantum Break and Scalebound.
Scream Ride.
Scream Ride?
It's just random that he said that.
Yeah.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. It's actually a pretty interesting game.
I would say, for me, it's probably Tomb Raider, the sequel.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it would be probably Batman, the new Batman game on the PS4, and the Persona 5, probably my top picks.
Cool.
But again, I don't have a PS4, but I will be getting one at some point in the future.
I'd have to go with Persona 5. And, just Persona 5 for... Oh, and forgot the Dragon Ball Z. Those two. Pretty intriguing.
Oh, I also forgot about Resident Evil Revelations 2.
No comment.
Yeah, I know,
episodic.
I'm waiting for the full retail release before I buy it. But I'm still pissed off that they decided to cut off the 3DS version and have the balls to announce a frickin' Vita version. So whatever.
Yeah, that's whatever. I won't support that game. So that's a good question. We didn't cover Teresa Hammond. Any predictions for games that haven't been announced? Will we see a new Metroid?
Yes.
Animal Crossing, Fantasy Life, Valve releasing anything with a 3 in it?
So supposedly,
with the 3. That's.
We're not getting Half-Life 3. I wouldn't.
No. Well, we will. It's just not anytime soon.
Understand, the day that happens, there will be such an uproar to the point where the world shall crack in half.
I forgot what happened with Half-Life 2. It's been too
dogs,
long.
cats, mass hysteria, and Half-Life 3.
No, I think Valve, honestly, in my honest opinion, I think Valve is waiting to release the 2.0 version of whatever the hell their engine is called, the Source Engine, because that's supposed to be coming out pretty soon. I think that's when they're going to bring out 3 for Half-Life 3 and all that, Portal 3 and all that crap, but I don't know. That's just my prediction on it.
Does anybody think... I think they'll announce a new Metroid game, but there's no way it'll be out in 2015.
Oh, no.
No, that's going to be something to look forward to in 2016.
Well,
yeah.
Was it confirmed that it was a rumor, or I don't know, but that rumor about a new game being released every month in 2015?
What they didn't say that it was Wii U only. They said Nintendo, so it could be 3DS. You got Project Steam, you got the Majora's Mask remake. So there's going to be a Nintendo game every month. I don't think it's necessarily going to be a Wii U game. So I don't know. That's what I've come to understand from what.
Yeah, I don't think Metroid's going to happen until next. Yeah, Metroid is a 2016 type of deal.
Yeah, they'll announce it at E3 this year, or 2015, sorry, along with like F-Zero, but it won't be released till the following year. Yeah, which makes sense because it's going to build up more momentum throughout that following year.
And they need something for 2016. They can't have all their great franchises and everything out by
2015.
They have so many franchises that they could release 3 every year. The IP that they have. Don't we get also next year Pokken Fighters? I think that Pokemon fighting.
Well, that's coming to the arcades. We don't know when we'll see it.
It's arcades, but we
don't know when we'll see it in the U.S. either.
2016 for sure. North America for sure. Probably.
I would think.
Possibly, yeah.
As far as Animal Crossing goes, I did read a tweet. Was it there a couple of weeks back saying that they actually said to look forward to news coming in 2015. So who knows?
Out of any of these games, that's the only one I could see like a Wii U version making it out in 2015, like a surprise game like Captain Toad, like some of the surprises they had at E3 this year or last. Yeah, it was this year. Still.
That's what I'm.
Not 2015. So good question. Tony Karan, what are your guys and lady thoughts on Nintendo's unlimited imagination using the yarn and claymation look in their franchise games? Like, they always come up with some kind of unique art style. So anybody want to elaborate or comment on that?
Nintendo is king. They always come up with the good stuff.
I'd like to see a game done out of paper mache, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be an interesting art style. Cause, I mean, if they tackled, Play-Doh so far, or clay, sorry, Play-Doh, whatever you want.
Clay.
Yeah,
That's not
I'm
clay.
old school, man. I'm old school, so bite me. But anyways,
how about like
clay,
a game where, like
yarn, like all that stuff like that. I mean, paper mache would definitely be pretty good. I mean, even though people would maybe consider like Yoshi's Island back then in the day
that's kind of a.
That's more of a hand-drawn art style, though, if you really look at it from.
I would think like Splatoon you could throw in there with like that style, like just a new art style. Everyone complains, all the non-Nintendo fans, the haters, say that Mario's the same game every time, but they always bring something, whether it's the art style or the mechanics or the setting. They always do something, and they just. I would agree that they have unlimited imagination. They encourage new ideas, where a lot of these third parties they just. Big publishers and stuff.
And they're not afraid. They're not afraid to take a step forward and to try new things.
Exactly.
That's the thing with Nintendo. They always push themselves to do new things and go in new directions, while everybody else just wants to make money.
Some things may not work out for them. And some things, some things don't work out for them, and if they doesn't work out for them, and then they just move on to the next thing. You know what I mean? They've done it with home consoles, and they'll do it with games. So that's the way the cookie crumbles. Whatever.
Mm-hmm. People complain about that, but I mean, at some point, people are going to realize that Assassin's Creed every year and first-person shooters every year, it's going to wear out. Eventually, that's going to be just so overdone that people won't even buy them anymore.
The day shooters die is when, like, the day, like, majority of gamers will fall off the face of the freaking planet, man.
So I want to see Nintendo make. I want to see Nintendo make like a really dark, oily kind of game.
That'd be interesting.
That would be really cool to see.
Oil paint.
Pull those off. Yeah. Like for example, like if you played what's it called?
Limbo?
Yes, Limbo.
Yeah, that was a good game.
Something like that, but with a more painty, oily kind of look.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Be really sick.
That'd be interesting. Like ink or something, just
like a wet paint.
Wet paint look. Okay, that sounds interesting.
Because like Donkey Kong Country Returns and Tropical Freeze both had silhouette levels that were very reminiscent of like Limbo that were cool. That looked really cool.
Yes.
They could do a whole game like that, and I think people would like it. So this is a question for Coupon.
Uh-oh.
Is Sunset Overdrive a Game of the Year nominee for you?
I mean, I love it. It's interesting. It's definitely over the top, but for me, it's not a game of the year because uh, I can't quite put my finger on it. Something about it just isn't quite there for me. But I mean, if you want to, for Xbox One, yes, it's a game of the year. For that console, no.
Mm-hmm.
As a whole, no. So I'll put it like that. It is my game of the year for the Xbox One. I mean, I haven't really played any other games on the Xbox One, so I can't really compete it against other things. So I have to be honest. I mean, I can't, just sit up there. But for me, that's why I got my Xbox One. That was the game that I wanted my Xbox One for. So yeah, it's game of the year for me for that reason alone. I love it. It's awesome.
It looks cool.
It's real fun.
So Mike, I'm gonna ask you, Tony Karan. He says, as much as he loves Lana and Hyrule Warriors, do you think there's a possibility that she'll make an appearance in The Legend of Zelda on Wii U?
No, but I think what would happen is they would get a sequel to Hyrule Warriors, and then she would make an appearance in that. But as far as the Wii U series goes, I don't think Nintendo is going to allow Tecmo Koei, or who was it? Was it Tecmo Koei?
Yeah, Tecmo.
Yeah, Tecmo Koei.
And I don't think they're going to allow them into the main series. That's just a separate series, Hyrule Warriors.
Right.
So.
I mean,
nice.
maybe a nod. Maybe they'll throw a nod to.
Maybe.
They might make a cute girl that looks like Lana and call her, Shauna or something,
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, they might do something like that, or there might be an Easter egg in there. Who knows? They might hear something.
They might even talk about some sorceress or something.
Yeah, they might talk about some sorceress by the name of motorboating. I don't know. We'll have to wait
As long as the character never stops moving, like Lana, she's always bouncing around.
I like her. She's really energetic.
And that is magnificent. I'm just kidding, man.
I really liked her story in Hyrule Warriors.
I agree. Yeah.
With her character.
Yeah, she was definitely a very well written character.
Yeah.
But you can tell that Enuma had definitely some kind of involvement with that.
So Mega, I guess according to Tony Karan, the Monolith Soft hired some programmers for Xenoblade Chronicles X. One of them was somebody who worked on Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. I don't know anything about that. I don't know if you have any.
That game was such a failure. Let me see. I mean,
I knew they hired a couple people over the last year.
Yeah, they hired a lot of people, and just ignore the background noise. God dang it. Apartment man. But the thing is, there's things where
Shut up, kid.
I know. It's just I'm glad that they're getting more people, right? More programmers and everything to make development even faster and quicker and better. And even though that game was a failure,
It wasn't that bad.
Dude,
Yeah. Go on.
You don't.
We get it. Go. Just keep going.
All right. But the thing is, yeah, I'm glad that they're doing that, so that way they can lower everything. All those kind of speed up the development process. But having at least some platinum members in there, I mean, that's fine. That's actually really good. Probably there's going to be a change there, I would say, within what they can do with their talent. So yeah.
It definitely speaks to that they needed a bigger team for what their game was very ambitious. So hopefully they got everyone in place. Like we said earlier, you said the game's almost done, then that's great. So I already answered this kind of, but Grayson Young, any game coming out next year going to make you get a new console? I said Tomb Raider and Uncharted for me. Those are the only two games that could get me, because I have a PC, so a lot of the other games are coming out on PC. Mike, you've said Persona 5 and Batman. Coupon, you already have an Xbox One. Anything get you to get a PS4 that you've seen?
That I've seen for PS4? Not off the top of my head that I can remember. I mean, maybe the Rhyme game possibly.
Yeah,
that was for PS4, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see that hitting like other platforms.
But yeah, I see that going to others.
Depends on who made it, though. If it's the people that did like Journey or something, then we'll probably never see it. But
yeah.
How about you, Bear? I know you want to get those systems either way, but what's like one game for each that you just?
Xbox One is definitely going to be Scalebound for me. That's a guaranteed one for me because anything that Platinum Games makes, I always fall in love with, or I'll find something I like about them. As far as PS4 goes right now, it's probably going to be more like JRPG-ish wise. I don't know. Sony always. I mean, I think it's because the whole Japanese aspect of it, because it's more popular in Japan as far as JRPG goes. I'm like Xbox. But there's going to be a lot of RPGs hopefully coming out in the next couple of years for Sony that'll definitely intrigue me to when I buy that system. I'll be like, okay, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want that. As far as everything that's out right now, nothing yet really right now that I really want to play, honestly. And I'm not saying anything bad about the system. There's just like nothing that really piques my interest yet.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe when I do get, I'll be able to fall back on like Uncharted 4, like I said, for its multiplayer, because the multiplayer is super fun in those games. I don't know. They still have a little ways to go as far as getting me to buy one, but eventually I will buy one regardless, anyways, because I always buy every console every generation. It just takes my slow ass time to get there and to get around to getting all of them. But yeah, that's whatever. Yeah, JRPGs mostly. Yeah, for Sony. I just don't know which one.
I'm gonna answer for Mega. He's gonna say Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts. We'll get him to get a PS4
Jesus
again.
God.
Oh wait, that's coming. Those are coming out on next.
Actually, I'm just getting one just to get one. Not really. I'm not getting freaking for any type of game really, because the PS4. I mean, I have some things on there that I still have on my download list, so that's mainly why. But yeah, I mean, unless they come out with something good, I don't know. I just don't know. It's really kind of a thing. But I'm kind of that guy where I have to play Kingdom Hearts on a Sony console because it's
Tradition.
It's just a thing.
Well, no, I mean it's tradition.
Just a thing.
Microsoft's never had any of those games before, so yeah, it makes sense.
It's just kind of the only reason I'm making an exception with Type 0 is just it was a PSP game. It's just an HD port, so who cares? And it's fine, but it's like stuff like that. I have to play it on there because it just feels so freaking ugly and weird if I play it on Xbox. So. Because America, but yeah.
All right, that's pretty much it. I did want to point out because Grayson Young wanted me to say it. Last Wednesday, I got home early from Christmas Eve, so I actually jumped on Mario Kart. We had 3 people race: me, Grayson, and Hard 25, and Grayson beat me in the last race. All I needed to do was finish ahead of him, and I would have won, and he got me. So, congrats, Grayson, and winning against 2 other people. So hopefully get some people to race New Year's Eve. I'm not expecting. So basically 2015 we'll resume the tournaments and stuff because people want to do stuff, and people that aren't like me who have lives like to go out on New Year's Eve. But I have actually in my whole life I've only gone out a few times. I just don't get into the whole party thing. So I'll probably be playing video games on New Year's Eve. So
I usually just like have some champagne and hang out with friends and stuff on New Year's.
Yeah, just I'm just in my 36 years now. I mean, the last couple I've been sleeping before the ball dropped. Like it's never been something my family's ever celebrated, so I just never got into it. It's just another day. So anyway.
When I was a kid, we used to take pots and pans and go on the steps. Smash them like crazy, scream at the top of our lungs.
Yeah, see, we never had any kind of history like that. So I just actually, since I had my Super NES, I kind of started my tradition of playing games to start the new year. Oh, and then last year I fell asleep before the New Year, so I was a little mad at myself. But anyway, I also wanted to kind of make a little pre-announcement. Nothing set in stone, but I've started the process of going to E3 this year, or 2015, I mean. I guess applications come out in April, and which seems kind of late, but Francis from Player Essence is he's pretty confident he can get me in, so I just want to let everybody know my goal 2015 is to get to E3 and hopefully play Legend of Zelda on Wii U before anyone else, so not set in stone, anything could change. If I lose my job or something, obviously I'm not going to go spend the money to go to E3, but as of right now, my plan is to go, and I'm pretty damn excited. So
I will be too.
Yeah. I think it's going to be, like last year would have been cool, but I think if Zelda's going to really be there in full force, it's going to be the perfect year for me, so I'm hoping. And it's still a long ways away. I mean, anything could change, but... And,
yeah, because even though I'm, I'm about to be 19 after this year, but I'm planning on going to 2016. I think it's just paying all off. Yeah, 2016, because, I don't know, I have a feeling that that moment is going to have, like, all these types of games, like, probably the next Metroid and everything, so really want to look at that. Because Zelda, I can just go to, oh, please don't freaking Best Buy events. I mean, those things are a nightmare. But yeah, I'm planning to do that too. Of course, go by myself. But yeah, it should be fun, because I remember last time I went to California. It was, like, not bad.
Yeah,
it's kind of good over there.
I was just talking to Francis, and Jamie Butterworth's planning on going too, so we hopefully can split some costs, like hotels and stuff. So I'm excited. Hopefully it happens. So I'm looking forward to that next year. That's kind of my big plans for 2015. Really, I don't have any other things planned. So.
Wait, your birthday's coming up there in Mega, you said?
In May.
Oh, so you got long to go.
Yeah.
You saw it a couple years ago, and it was before you can actually start drinking at a legal age.
Oh my god. Well, I'm already legal. I'm already legal in Italy and like Rome and other places, so I'm good.
They're gonna bump it to like 25 for legal drinking.
Yeah. That doesn't matter. Yeah. It's
They're
America.
talking about it. I don't care, dude. I don't drink. But anyway.
Yeah, I don't do none of that garbage either.
We just lost Mike, so let's close out, and I'm gonna go back play some more Bayonetta, because I just unlocked Rosa, Bayonetta's mom, from beating third climax.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm a playable character apparently. So
she's badass, dude. She's so powerful. My first 2 verses I got pure platinum pretty easily on third climax with her. So, and she's just. I mean, her design is amazing. She just puts Bayonetta to shame, and I love it. So, anyway, thanks to my guest for joining me and having this discussion, and thanks to the viewers who stuck with us almost the whole time. I mean, surprised. I thought we kind of rambled on a bit, but apparently people were liking it. So, thank you to the viewers and to the questions. So, anybody... Any final thoughts, or do your sign off? We'll go in the same order that we started. So, Bear, take it away.
All right, everybody. I'm your big fat Canadian boy, BearHugger29. Glad to be here, and thank you, there, Terminator, for having me on another episode of the Juice is Loose. So I apprate it. Now I got the name right this time.
Yep, you did.
I made sure of that too as well.
Worried.
No, I made sure this time, man. I don't know why, but I had a plum open last time I was on here. But whatever the case may be. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I enjoy coming on here and sharing my thoughts with you, man, and whatnot. So appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Hi guys, Coupon Strives here. You gave me Diva. Thanks for having me on another one of your podcasts. I'm enjoying it here. It's always fun talking with everybody. We might have difference of opinion, but it's always fun. So thanks for having me.
Yeah, glad to have you back.
All right, well hi, bye. Yeah.
This guy we can't get rid of. I can't get rid of this guy.
Yeah.
I'm too good, damn it. But yeah, it's been great being here, of course, throughout, at least halfway through. But yeah, it's been great. Can't wait for 2015 and all of what it has to give and offer, most of it. But yeah, so it's been great.
And I'm gonna speak for Mike, NW Order for Life. If you guys want to check out his anime and manga reviews, he does those quite frequently. I'm starting to get the feeling he watches more manga and anime than he does play video games at this point, and he kind of confirmed that off air. So
it's life.
Yeah, go check him out, NW Order for Life, and he's back. I was just doing your sign off for you. I was telling everybody about your anime reviews.
Cool, thanks, appreciate it. Yeah, I've been kind of slow on the reviews because of the holidays, but I'll be back in the next couple of days, full steam with everything. So, thanks, guys. Enjoyed the podcast.
Yep, and lots of games coming in 2015. A lot more than 2014 for sure. So, I feel sorry for people that have all 3 consoles, because there's going to be a lot of money they're going to have to spend, and I'm going to focus on Nintendo again, most probably all of 2015, maybe. depending on some sales, if the price drops on any of the other two, I might think about it. But yeah, I'm a Wii U PC guy. I think this generation. Feel sorry for the Sony guys. We didn't talk about it, but I guess PlayStation Network was still down as of yesterday. I don't know if that's back up or not.
Yeah, it's back up now. It's
is
fine.
it?
It's okay.
Yeah. That sucked for the people.
Hiccups here or there, but it's back up now.
Yeah.
Darn it, Lizard Squad.
Those people that got the new systems on Christmas Day and Christmas morning, I feel sorry for him. And Leveled Head Gamer was one of the victims. Like, he was trying to. Yeah. He had the system early enough. Yeah. In hindsight, he would have updated it ahead of time. But why would you expect there to be a hack? I don't understand. Some people were saying that they should have known, but it sucks for them. But hopefully that's passed and they can enjoy their systems. Nintendo, I don't know. I don't think had any issues on Christmas. I know the Miiverse was a little slow to post on Christmas Day, but it wasn't offline or anything. So anyway, look forward to 2015 doing more podcasts with you guys and Gail. And we'll see what happens, and appreciate all the subscribers, all the viewers that have stuck with me and us throughout the year, and I look forward to an even better year, I think, in 2015. So. Oh
yeah, absolutely. All three is going to be a good year.
Yeah, and this is the last podcast of 2014 for the Juice is Loose. Obviously, I don't know, probably won't be on. I don't know. Bear, when's yours? When are you doing that Smash? Is that going to be live or is that just with friends?
I'm doing a live stream, but it's not going to be done on my channel. It's going to be done on my friend's Twitch channel, but I'm going to be recording gameplay footage throughout the night and just randomly uploading it throughout the night. Okay, as long as I actually know what the hell I'm doing.
Okay. So I think this can be it for me pretty much for 2014, so appreciate everybody who's tuned in every week and look forward to more. So with that, we're going to end this video and we'll see you on the next one.
Take it easy.